Hello, welcome. Decided to share with everyone some divine insights that are popping through at this time. Hello and welcome. For all those that are joining, just want to invite you to settle into this space. If you're new to my work or new to this space, aloha, welcome. I am Krishna Omahika, founder of Self Love Creatives and many other brands, including my virtual online academy, Lovely Me Academy, and my newest offering, a uniquely focused community space to support those who are looking to use the plant kingdom and all of its beautiful medicinal benefits to help us transcend our transformation. And that is called Awakened Psychedelics. So you are welcome to join me there. I will drop some more information in the caption. Welcome to this session of Transcend the Transformation, where I talk about some of the divine technologies that we've used in the past to move through this evolutionary journey and reawakening some of the immense wisdoms that we have held and have possessed, and we are remembering at this time. This series, Transcend the Transformation, is also intended to give some tips and pointers for those of us that are feeling this movement or shift of the transition, and we are moving through that experience, whether it's we are experiencing transmutation, whether we are just simply releasing, whether we are practicing the alchemists within. There's lots of different ways that we do this. And so there's something really potent that has been coming up. And I wanted to share this with all of you in hopes that it provides a new point of view. We have just entered into a beautiful portal of expansion. We celebrated the winter solstice, which is the shortest day of the year, allowing us to then from that day forward, move forward, spring forward towards the springtime, and allow us an opportunity to grow from that point. And for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, this is still winter season. So whatever that winter season looks like for you, it's still a time for introspection. It's still a time for all of that. But because we now have entered into this space of expansion and moving forward to more days, of course, the next solstice, which is the summer solstice, the longest day, we've now moved from the shortest day and we're moving into that longest day point. In addition, we have also just experienced a very powerful full moon, and I have so many giggles because it was also powerful for me, like I'm sure it has for many of us. The energy of Cancer really can move through the waters. It can bring up things specifically around the home life, the home, the family, the notion of caring for oneself or the mother. I always see it like the water mother energy. And so we just experienced this full moon in Cancer, and that really has brought up a lot for us to move through related to our emotional landscape connected to our childhood. And some of the things that are really very present and pressing for us to take action upon and to address. Why? Because we're moving forward in our expansion. 2024, I've been sharing this for some time, is going to be a very rapid space of expansion. And so this past cycle of 18 months has provided us an opportunity for rebirthing ourselves. So if you've been in that process of really the process of transmutation and working through that, you will be feeling that this time. So either you're still in the cocoon or you are emerging. In addition to all of that, one more layer is the wisdom that is bringing forth today, and why I decided to pop on and share this particular message. Today we are on the 11th day of Kat, and 11 is known as a day of chaos. It's double one, so it's like the double energy of the springing forward, the start, the sprout. And so there's a lot of chaos energy with 11, and it's paired with the energy of Kat, which represents the net, that which we can catch, the things we can catch and also can get caught up in. And as kind of this big picture of all the things that are happening in the cosmos with the collective consciousness currently and within, we are exploring our beliefs about ourselves. We're exploring our beliefs about ourselves. We're exploring the things, the ideas, the values, the notions of the self that perhaps provided an opportunity to care for us in the past, but now are outdated. They don't no longer align with the person we are moving into, expanding into. And as we are being kind of asked to settle in with the things that are coming up, with the emotions on what ideas come to my mind, what feelings come to my heart space, when I'm feeling this energy of the things of the past, and the way that those things then influence the way we're feeling about ourselves in the present, in the presence. And if we sit in the presence of the present and all of the energies that are available to us in any given moment, we can take days like today, the energy of Kat, the energy, the numerics of the 11, and we can explore how those energies are prompting us to really get real and really get honest. And that's the one thing that I've been sharing, as we've moved from and into through this rebirth. Some of us are still kind of in that rebirthing, but wherever you are in that cycle, we are being asked to show up more honestly with ourselves, more truthful with ourselves. And that can challenge beliefs we have, values we hold about ourselves. Getting honest with yourself can also be very uncomfortable. It could be really uncomfortable. So then we choose to do other things to use up the energy, the time. When instead, it's giving us an opportunity. Anything we feel, we experience, whether it's physical manifestations, whether it's emotional, whether it's mental, spiritual, all of the things that come up for us are moving for a reason. When we honor the ancient wisdoms, then we can recognize when things are moving and when it is requiring us to get real and honest about what's coming up. That requires a lot of courage. It requires a lot of courage to show up honestly with ourselves and be like, oh, I'm feeling X, Y, and Z about X, Y, and Z. And allow ourselves that time to just sit in the present of the presence of what is coming up. How do we transcend transformation? Well, what's transformation? Transformation is the process of change. We're morphing, we're transcending, it's a process of movements. And to move beyond the process of transforming is to address the things that are keeping the consciousness in the old contracts. Yes, thank you, Divine Flow. Contracts and constructs of the old earth, not necessarily the new, which is being birthed at this time. So what is that today? Because my soul was here to shake things up. My soul is here incarnated at this time during this transition to help illuminate the bridge, the path of transformation that we literally are transcending beyond the process of constantly healing, constantly being in a state of disarray, disharmony, and come back to a place where there's flow. And that doesn't mean balance, meaning that this is the same thing as this, because everything has its divine place. We're transcending beyond some of the polarities we've experienced with duality, not to say that the complementary nature of that which is polarizing won't still be appreciated and isn't still a construct of this universe, meaning here on earth. That is the case, and it will continue. However, we're going to move beyond the wounds and the constructs, the belief systems that duality is about separation. Because the truth of the matter is everything's connected. We are connected. Everything is interconnected. The polarities are meant to be complementary, like the construct of yin and yang from Chinese esoteric wisdom. This construct is called many different things. For the Mexica people, the word ometeo is to represent the inherent truth of duality, the constructs of polarity. But it's not duality within the experience of colonialism and colonial constructs of separation. That's something that's so important, my beautiful, dear family, my beloveds, those that are connecting to this message. These are illusions and delusions. We are not separate. That's a lie. They took what's real and they inverted, as my beautiful soul family would use this term a lot, inversion. And I'm like, it is an inversion. It's taking what's true and it's flipping it around and it's presenting it back to us as a truth. And we somehow resonate because it is a truth, but it's been distorted. So the truth is, polarities are like magnets. Think about magnets. This place is magnetic. The earth, she is magnetic. We get the electrical energy of the sun charging the magnets. And so then we are electrical and magnetic. And so as humans, we are bioelectrical. We are also biomagnetic. We are electromagnetics. That is what we are. And the planet is a reflection of this, which we are. So they're complementary in nature. The negative and positive poles help give us form. They give us the sacred geometry of this dimension. What's moreover in the lens of like being more consciously aware of the constructs that are part of the colonial reality, which we know, which we already accept that colonialism is about control and power. It's not about living in alignment with the synchronization of nature. It's unnatural. Colonial paradigm is unnatural. So however that was seeded into the earth, it is a disease. It's a parasite. It's a parasite that is now dying. And as we transcend our transformation, we can become more cognizantly aware of the constructs that are illusional and delusional that don't actually connect to the natural laws of life, the natural life that is us. We are nature, nature is us, and begin to feel ourselves in more connection. But I want to invite you into a moment to consider, what do you believe? What are the things that you've internalized as a truth of your reality that you believe? Like you believe you are this, or you believe others are this, or you believe life is this. And as a cultural psychologist and as an indigenous psychologist, I am very aware that there is a collective value, an honoring of the interconnectedness that is humanity. And from the indigenous wisdom perspective, everything is connected. So it's not just humans, it is all life forms, it is all plant life, it is the air we breathe. It is the sun and the fire, the spirit energy we get from the galactic core, funneled through the rays that we receive when we are in the sun. So this is a very powerful time for us to get really real about what we believe about ourselves and about the construct of reality. Have we had time to settle in to our decolonial process so that we are aware of the constructs that are informing our perspective and our belief that are about the colonial paradigm and that are unnatural, that are unreal? They're only as real as we believe and we put energy towards it. So the important message today is for us to commune once again to the truths that we possess and that can be explored. When we intentionally throw out our net to our higher self, to the inner self, we allow moments to pause, to move beyond the process of constantly needing to alchemize all the things, and recognize that beliefs are inherently limiting. I'm going to say that again. Beliefs are inherently limiting. If you were to go into your heart center for a moment with me, and just take a breath and just connect to this voice. What does it know about you? Not what does it believe? That's a mental construct. What does it know about you in its feeling state, in its knowing? What does it know about you? It can only give you insight into the things that you have access to. So depending on your current stage of evolution, whether you have foresight and you can see and you can connect to the different future pathways, or You are still exploring this person and your ability to tap into your subconscious mind, the different states of your own consciousness, whatever that is, whatever our wildest idea, construct of the mind that we could even imagine is inherently limiting to the fullest capacity of where we could go and experience in this life. So how do you transcend the transformation? You release the paradigms that are connected to the unnatural constructs of reality that are most likely connected to the colonial reality, because belief and religion have like a very closely related connection. And connect to the inner knowing that we all have, that we can connect to when and if we decide to just simply slow down and begin to listen. This is a time for us to slow down and to listen. And so for this session, for this episode, I want to gift this wisdom to all of you. I want to share this with you. I want to give you the seed that can sprout when it's intended for you to be curious about, what do you value about yourself? How is that different than what you believe about yourself? And what do you know? What do you know about yourself in the relationship to the whole, to the fullness of your experience, whether that's your family, whether that's your community, whether that's the entire place and space where you live, or maybe even the entire earth, or expanding out into the cosmos, because you are all of that. You are all of that and more. And so today, on this day of 11th cut, I shake up the construct of belief. I shake it up. And I invite us all to connect to some of the feelings around, what do we want to catch? What things have you been caught up in and you're ready to release? You're ready to move forward. You're ready to transcend your transformation and not just start a new chapter, completely start a new book, a whole new version of yourself, rebirthed out of your cocoon. So to support this message, I am going to draw a card from the Shamans Dream Oracle. This one is very beautiful. And I want to invite all of our spirit team, ancestors, anybody who plugs into this video at any time, in all space, time, and dimensions, bringing forth all the wisdom of the elements, all of the wisdoms of this planet, to bring us one message, something that we can take away and help us as we move through whatever is shaken up by this notion of, what do we believe versus what do we know? How could it be limiting to us in our growth and expansion? One message, please. One message, please. Dances on one foot, balancing act. So this is our message for today on how we can find a place to explore the limitations that might be presenting themselves based on what we believe about ourselves or this reality. And here to support us is the message of dancing on one foot. When dancing on one foot shows up, you are called to find a new balance. Just as a dancer moves gracefully into each position, no matter how precariously balanced a step might seem, you must bring equanimity to the situation before you, no matter how thorny or difficult a relationship seems. If you're putting up too much effort into managing your life, work, relationships, family, digital media, you are missing the point. You have to be dancing while juggling your entire life, knowing that at any one time, half of it's going to be up in the air. It's not that you are doing too much and find it impossible to catch up. Rather, it's that you are confusing readiness with preparedness. You will never, ever be fully prepared for all the challenges in life, but you can be ready to say yes to a new invitation the universe offers you. Live in a state of yes to spirit and no to everything not infused with life, vitality, and sacredness. You are the romance. You will be surprised by how quickly your load lightens when you hold true to this lesson. You are challenged now to work with the resources available to you and not be seduced by the belief, if only I had more. Life has provided you with everything you need to accomplish your goals and fulfill your mission. When it feels like you're losing your balance, do not contract, holding your arms close to your chest, for you will fall. Instead, reach out and extend them fully, saying yes to Spirit's steady hand. You are always held. Life is happening for us, not to us. Release the outdated, limited beliefs about yourself. You are so much more than you could ever imagine. Let yourself be in a state of curiosity, playfulness, creativity. Allow the emotions to flow through you. Don't dam them up. Let them flow. Learn to balance like the beautiful dancer that you are. And we will continue to rebirth the new as each of us moves through releasing the limitations and the distortions of the old. Collectively, we are moving forward to more truthfulness and more harmony, connectedness to nature and all that is in a way that we cannot even imagine. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Transcend the Transformation. I hope you have a beautiful new, whatever that is, if you celebrate the new year, the end of the Gregorian calendar. I wish you so much beautiful newness. Allow yourself to move through it all. I love you so much. Don't forget to love yourself creatively today.